All right, we got Heavenly Delusion is severely underrated. Okay, maybe not. By Bushy. All right, Bushy, let's see what you're talking about.
One thing a lot of people might not know about me is that I really enjoy watching anime. And I should probably clarify that I'm not like one of those anime fans that sleep with their body pillows of their wife.
Okay, I just want to we're 15 seconds in, and I just want to say this to any of my inspiring anime YouTube people out there that might want to do anime YouTube. This is like if I got into a video and I started off with a reaction talking about, "Hey, I really like doing anime reacts." Like, bro, a clearly dumbass. Like, god damn. Try not to get heated up already. Like, of course you watch anime. You over here making anime videos, bro.
Waifus. I just really appreciate animation as a whole and think that anime as a whole is actually very unappreciated because the tropes that it usually falls in. So I decided to start doing
Anime. Okay, first of all, I gotta stop you again. What do you mean anime is unappreciated? I mean, if we were like 10 years ago, that might have been a great point. Maybe even 5 years ago. No, not. Maybe even five. I'll give you five. But 10 years ago, this is a layable point. Now, yeah, I don't think that's true anymore. I don't think that's true anymore.
some reviews here on the channel and kind of get a bit more variety in what I do from now on. Now, I had no idea what I was gonna do for the script of this video, so I thought of doing the one thing I always do for my English assignments, plagiarize. For legal reasons, that was a joke. But recently I heard of this anime called Heavenly Delusion. I've heard of it before, but I only recently was reminded of it after watching a video from an anime reviewer I actually quite like, and I decided to watch it.
Why not give that nigga a shout out, bro? Like, you don't know how many niggas are gonna watch this video and you like that nigga. Say who it was. Like, just put the video up there. Like, you just gave niggas an interest and then didn't show who you were talking about. Like, I gotta stop, bro.
The story takes place in a world like many other animes, ruined while leaving humanity scattered throughout places where there is still some symbol of survival that humanity can cling on. Practically on the brink of extinction, humanity fends off against these highly dangerous monsters called man-eaters. I know, insanely creative naming. The main plot of the story is that Kiriko, one of our main protagonists, was tasked with escorting Maru as his bodyguard. She was tasked to do so by a woman who was basically tripping out of her mind on her deathbed because she asked Kiriko to deliver him to a place called heaven, and that's all she gives him. It's like my Uber driver asking me where I'm headed to and all I tell him is home. I'm going home. Like, bro, I don't know where that is. After that very vague explanation, we get to where we are now. Kiriko and Maru traveling all throughout what's left of Japan with only their own strength and wits to help them fight against the struggles that they might find throughout their journey. With nothing but a vague description of a place called heaven, we watch as the two protagonists meet people and travel from location to location, hoping to find any hint or clue as to where this heaven place could be. Through the struggles and monsters that our characters face, they also grow closer, learning more about each other and their history. Now, I won't go too much into detail about this anime's plot. I basically just gave you the equivalent of those short summaries you'd get on the back of a DVD cover back in the
And that is what we like. I hate when we do too much explaining, like, cause clearly we seen the anime. Like, if you're dropping a video like this and we're clicking on it, so I'm so happy with you that you kept it short and brief.
day. What I do want to talk about in this video is the thing that stood out to me and what really captured my interest that allowed me to stay awake the entire night in order to binge the full 13 episodes. But what I really wanted to talk about right now was how great the story was. These days, whenever I find a new anime to watch, it usually has a simple plot to digest. The main protagonist is a person who always wants to do good and rid the
So that's a shonen anime, by the way. You just named the genre shonen.
world of evil and does so with his unmatched will to do anything. Or the crazy emo kid gets transported to another
That's a isekai genre. That's a genre.
world where they have the power to do basically anything and pull all the women that walks within a 5-mile radius of him. Now, I'm not saying those animes aren't great. Oh,
You're not saying those genre aren't great. Those are genre.
no, what I meant to say is that you don't usually see an anime where the character's struggles and problems are real.
Nigga, what? Are we like, bro, come on, bro. Like, this is what I mean. Y'all gotta diversitize your palette. You literally just named two genres. Like, there are so many genres out there that does this exact thing. Now, does it do it to the level that Heavenly Delusion did? Does it? Like, does some anime do it? Maybe not. But if this is what you're looking for, there's genres. There are anime that do it better than Heavenly Delusion and worse than Heavenly Delusion, in so many different genres. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is
The characters aren't crazy overpowered and won't just magically get a new power up and revive themselves whenever they are close to dying. No, what makes this kind of story special is the fact that the troubles and dangers our characters face are ones that could take their life at any moment. One wrong move and everything that they've been working to achieve is thrown away in the blink of an eye. It just makes this small moment of relief so much more impactful when it comes along. And it's quite literally what makes this anime so special to watch in the first place. Now, of course, the anime isn't completely dark. I mean, the anime has some really dark moments, don't get me wrong. One moment you're gonna be looking at someone on screen and then they're gonna be gone in the next scene because they're a dumbass. But this anime has more calm and funny moments that a lot of other anime that I would say fall into the same category of style don't really have. For example, one moment the characters would be risking their life in order to defeat a monster, and later in that same episode they would go laugh at each other over something amusing. Now, the one thing I would say that you should do when watching this anime is pay attention to detail. Now, there's not a lot of things that have insanely large moving plot points like Attack on Titan, for example, but the show does leave you with some questions once you start paying attention to things that aren't blatantly obvious. I mean, the very first few seconds of the first episode.
I mean, like, now we're stating, like, we're getting to state the obvious. Like, even like your example, Attack on Titan, it literally, like, a show like this is what it's created for. It's to draw you in and then to get you to start asking questions. And as the show goes on, they answer those questions. Like, this is not anything crazy. It just executed it very good.
Already leaves you with a question that you might start asking the more you watch the anime. Throughout the story of these characters, we meet a lot of different people. People who have nothing to lose, and people who want to do the right thing, or people who just want to protect that which they value the most. One thing the anime makes you very aware of when watching it is that people aren't always who they seem at first glance. In one scene, the anime might make you believe that our characters are about to go up against the biggest supervillain of the series has seen so far, but then later down the line you learn that you were completely wrong about them all along. In a lot of shows, you're always clearly shown who the villain of the story is. In My Hero Academia, is clearly shown to you that
Bro, like, you have to stop. It's a different genre, bro. Like, of course we're gonna see who the villain is in a shonen, bro. Like, and not every shonen does that. Sometimes they do that, but in a regular shonen, like, we have our hero, we have our villain. Like, Heavenly Delusion is not a shonen. We don't even know if there is a villain. Like, come on, bro. Because we don't know, like, there's no heroes. These are characters going on a journey. They're not heroes. This is not a hero villain show. Like,
the villains are bad and the good guys are good. And shows like these, it's not quite that simple. The writers leave you guessing about who or what could be the next threat. Every person is equally as threatening as the monsters in the show. It really all comes down to the motivations that make up for their actions. Now, I've just been talking about the two main protagonists so far this entire time, but that's not all there is to this story. Heavenly Delusion isn't just a story about surviving and looking for a place called heaven. When you're watching Heavenly Delusion, you're not just watching one story, you're watching two stories at the same time. The other story is much more compact and enclosed than the free nature of our other two main protagonists. There are way more characters to the show, and all the while it leaves you guessing. Why are we watching this story? We're watching the story of kids who know nothing of the outside world. The facility that they're being kept in is surprisingly futuristic and way more well maintained compared to any of the other scenery we have seen in the other half of the anime so far. There's electricity, water, robots, advanced technology, and people who look surprisingly unaware of the world on the outside. Or are they? I won't spoil the end of the season for you, but it does make much more sense once you get there. The stories that you have been watching the entire time isn't just a story of two different sets of characters. They're all connected, we just have to wait for the writers to show us how. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, I really didn't have any idea what I was going to do for this video. I've never talked about a show before, and I've mainly just done it for some of the games that I play. But I wanted to try something new, so here it is. I highly recommend you watch this anime. It's actually extremely great, and I'm heavily considering putting this in probably my top 5 anime of all time.
and You lost me, and you lost me. There's like, come on, bro. Are we serious? Like, bro, it's not even over. Like, it's not over. We haven't got to a conclusion, and it's already top five. Like, bro, sometimes, bro, like, I don't. I mean, I respect your opinion, but you lost me, bro. You lost me. You lost me, bro.
Really just like it that much. The kind of world that the anime plays in is just one that I'm heavily attracted to, so watching it was really a blast. But for now, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks if you watched the entire thing. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't thought about it already, consider leaving a like and subscribe. It'll look great on your YouTube search history.
Alright, Bushy, let me give you some advice. Like, if your point is to prove that Heavenly Delusion is severely underrated, like, I don't know what you're trying to do with this title. I don't know if you're trying to say it's severely underrated or if it's just a good show. I don't know what's going on. First of all, let's start off with a more defining title. What are you talking about in this video? And then, once you figure out what you're addressing in this video, address it in the goddamn video. Like, since we have no idea what you're goddamn talking about in this video, like, we don't know where the video is gonna go. Because if you're trying to make it seem like Heavenly Delusion is severely underrated and it should be better, you did a horrible job. Like, you just told us what Heavenly Delusion was. You didn't tell us why it was underrated. You didn't tell us why it's better than why it shouldn't be underrated. Like, you didn't accomplish anything. That's what's losing me, bro. And I just want better for the anime creators on anime YouTube, bro. I just want y'all to have a clear title and defend your point. Like, this is just a goddamn... This is just all over the place.